She's a little different music, a little different flavor, because we are doing the Lights Out Sports Podcast Super Bowl edition. All right, yeah, we got a little flash, a little flare, a little different music, but the same old cheese, buddy. How you been?
It looks a little weird on YouTube, but with this, it just looks kind of weird, but that's okay. I've been pretty good, man. I'm looking forward to this, and yeah, we're going to talk Super Bowl. We'll break down both teams, and we'll do a little prediction at the end. So, yeah, should be fun. Who knows? We might pick the same, but we usually don't. So
we probably will not. I'm going to think we're probably not going to, buddy. So I want to also say that I brought something back this morning. My schedule has changed at work, so I'm going to take advantage of it. I brought back, I don't know if you saw it up on our YouTube channel, I brought back Seeing the Whole Field this morning. I put a new one up just a little under 10 minutes. It's talking about the recent hirings in the NFL and the fact that none of them were anyone of color or minority besides one. So yeah, just some different talking points. And do you like it? Do you not like it? And do you think it's a problem in the NFL? So if you are interested in that, go over to our YouTube channel at. Wait a minute, it's not at. Not our YouTube is not. So just go over to the YouTube and do All Gloves Off Sports Media. That's how you find it, and you'll be able to do that there. So, Cheese, I know that you have really been looking forward to this. Tell me about this matchup and what intrigues you the most.
Well, what intrigues me the most, more than anything, is the stories. There's so many amazing storylines, more so than the game. Sometimes the matchup's just incredible, and you get just like, I still remember, I guess it was 3 years ago, maybe 4 now, when the Eagles played the Chiefs. It was 38-35, and it was just a matchup. Not last year's Eagles-Chiefs is terrible. But sometimes you just get high-scoring, just fun games, two teams so evenly matched. I think this one's more about the stories. There's just so many good stories. These are teams that nobody had in this game. So that's always kind of fun. So that's kind of what I'm looking forward to. You're going to have a quarterback that has a Super Bowl ring that never won a playoff game until this year. So that's pretty cool.
That is pretty cool. You're right. I like that. So, I know we're going to get into several different things. I know this is, and I'm just going to tell you right now, ladies and gentlemen, I didn't have a whole lot to do with this particular show. This is football. This is Cheese Wheelhouse. I'm just going to be kind of sitting back and watching, adding some things to it. But this is a big percentage Cheese over here. So follow along with him, buddy. Tell us where we're going to start today on our Super Bowl preview episode of the Lights Out Sports Podcast.
Well, I'm going to give you a couple stats first because you love stats. So let's just go ahead. Okay. So since the 2011 season, so the last 15 years, okay, I'm going to tell you there are 4 teams with at least 154 wins, okay, as a franchise. 2 of them are in the Super Bowl, the Patriots and the Seahawks. The Seahawks are 4th with 154. The Patriots are tied for first at 158. Off the top of your head, could you name the other 2 by chance?
Now, okay, so what stat is this? So we'll make sure we got this here.
Most wins in the last 15 years. Patriots 158, they're tied for first. There's another team, obviously, with 158. There's third place, 155, and Seahawks are 4th with 154. So most wins in the last 15 years, regular season wins.
15 years, wow. So let me go San Francisco 49ers.
No.
Oh. What team has been dominant? Gosh, I don't want to say them. Is it going to be the Chiefs?
Chiefs are tied for first with 158. And then who has 154? One more than the Seahawks.
A team that's been Buffalo?
No. Do you give no, not Buffalo, but good guess. I mean,
I'm just trying to think of a team that I know has been in the playoffs a lot.
Well, before Josh Allen, before 2017, they were terrible. Is the problem with the Bills?
True.
Yeah.
Let me do one more team, and if I don't get it here, you can tell me the answer. Baltimore Ravens.
That's what I thought you were going to guess. Actually, it's the Green Bay Packers.
Ah.
Okay. But the reason I bring up the stat, once again, New England, Kansas.
How can Green Bay be so terrible, yet you hate Matt LaFleur?
I'm about to get to that. This is why I brought this stat up.
Okay.
This is fascinating stat. So New England, Seattle, basically, they've been pretty good for the most part almost every year since 2011. And so have the Chiefs and Packers. Now, no team. Okay, let's just put it this way. Before I get to that stat, how many Super Bowl appearances did New England have, do you think, in that 15-year stretch?
8.
5. Okay.
I'm just throwing out numbers.
Chiefs have 6.
Okay.
Seahawks, this is their 3rd. Green Bay Packers since 2011 has 0 Super Bowl appearances. None. Okay.
So
no team.
Then what you're telling me here is you're not happy enough with just going to the playoffs in a Matt LaFleur era. You need Super Bowls.
Correct. Or appearances. It's amazing. We have 5, 6, 3, and 0. But here is the stat I'm leading up to.
Okay. I'm sorry I keep interrupting you.
No, you're fine. The record, most wins in a 15-year span, is 155. Green Bay the last 15 years, okay? Without making a Super Bowl appearance. Second place is the Chargers from 2004 to 2018 with 139. And third place is the Vikings from 1986 to 2000, 134. So they have 155. Second place is 139. And third place is 134. Every other team that had all those wins at least went to a Super Bowl. And the Packers won it in 2010. They won it. That's the last time they were there, and they won it. But just want to throw that out there. And it's really, as a Packer fan, it's really hard to hear that stat. So,
well, I'm sorry, sir, but
yes,
it's a great stat, though. It really is. It kind of points to a lot of the things that you've been saying on your channel, which is they blow a lot of leads, right? That's one of the things that you're big on. They get a lead, they seem to blow it, just kind of like they get to the playoffs and seem to just not be able to pay it off, right?
Blow leads, bad special teams, find a way to lose the game. It's the way the Packers have been since that 2010 season. And if you have like 150 wins in a 15-year stretch, you should have at least 3 Super Bowl appearances or more. And that's just a very telling stat. And all right.
I like it. I like it a lot. Where else?
All right. Of course you do. You love stats.
Oh, okay. I do, man. I am a stat guy. I really, really am. You're 100% right about that.
What I mentioned earlier in the Super Bowl special, the storylines to me are bigger than the actual matchup. It's not the sexiest matchup. There were other, if you had to pick your team, I would have probably liked to see the Rams in there. I love watching their offense.
Yes. But
the storylines are great. So let's start with the Patriots. We're going to go over each of our favorite storylines. I'm going to list a few. You can pick one of them, maybe another. So sure. Patriots, you have Drake May making the Super Bowl in his only second season in the NFL. He's barely even started a year and a half. Mike Vrabel making it in the first year as a head coach, winning 14 games in his first year, a team he used to play for. You have general manager Elliott Wolf completely overhauling the roster in 2 years in charge. And I'll throw this one out there. I don't know. Maybe you'll pick this one. Maybe you won't. Stephon Diggs had 4 children with 4 different women, wide receiver, in the last year for the Patriots. Which one would you like to pick, one of those, or would you like to have another?
Well, I'm definitely not going to pick Diggs. I mean, he's literally digging his own hole. But I've been waiting for that line for like a day since I saw all these notes. I'm like, oh, that's going to be a great line. I'm going to pick Vrabel. I really like what Vrabel's been doing. I see him on the sidelines. I see him outside the locker room when the guys go back. I just like the energy and the respect more than anything else that Vrabel has been playing to his guys. And most people can't name half the people on this team, yet here they are in the Super Bowl with a coach that's just able to get every ounce out of everyone on that sideline. And I'm going to go with Mike Vrabel coaching the team that he played for.
Okay. That's why I wrote down 2, just in case you took mine, and you did. But that's good. That's good. That's why I wrote 2. But I'll go with GM Elliott Wolf. He was a finalist for the Packer GM job back in 2018 and did not get it. And Packers probably been better off if he did. And he long time. He went to high school in Green Bay. His dad was the longtime general manager, Ron Wolf, in the 90s, signed Reggie White, traded for Brett Favre. And so he never got a job. He was assistant GM in Cleveland, and he's basically been Bill Belichick's scouting guy for like 4 years. And then he became, the head guy. And a lot of times when quarterbacks don't succeed, you don't give them help. You don't put them in a situation to succeed. You don't give them good receivers, offensive line. And he took over a terrible offensive line, terrible receiving group. And he went out and he drafted left tackle Will Campbell, drafted Jared Wilson, the left guard, signed Garrett Bradbury, the center, signed Morgan Moses, the right tackle. The offensive line was garbage the last few years, and he overhauled it. And now it's a pretty good offensive line. And he signed Stephon Diggs, Mr. four-time father in 1 year. And, he just overhauled the offense. And all of a sudden, Drake May is in a position to succeed, and he's a finalist for the MVP. So what Elliott Wolf has done in 2 years is pretty incredible. Go Steelers.
Yeah, okay. And then because of the Go Steelers chant, I guess I'll put this one. I'm confused, too, of the Go Steelers thing. So, and then we'll get to this one in a second. Thoughts of the Pats in the Super Bowl. Obviously, we're going to do that one, too. So keep those comments coming. We'll throw them up here as we continue. I've got a little bit of a different map for the special show, so the comments will be fast and furious. We got a big comment here in a second. We'll see how that one plays up on the screen here in a moment. So go ahead, Cheese.
For Duckle Channel, I mean, just to go from the 4th pick in the draft, 4 wins, to 14 and in the Super Bowl is incredible. It's hard to do. It's going to give a lot of people hope around the league that if your team's bad, you can turn it around. Maybe Arizona Cardinal fan may think maybe we can flip it around, but you have to have the quarterback and you have to have the coach. And they had, like I said, Elliott Wolf, great GM. So it just clicked.
Yeah, so let's do William here because I didn't realize the comments were going to be this large at the bottom of the screen. I don't want them covering up Cheese's beautiful hair or anything here. There we go. So agree with Cheese about the 2010 Packers talent. Aaron Rodgers was otherworldly talent. Now that he's an old bum, Packers spies within the Steelers have hired an even older bum to coach him. Yeah. I'm not going to disagree about any of that. I just wish it wasn't quite so long, but other than that, we're good.
Aaron Rodgers is still a top 20 quarterback. He's just not what he used to be. There's a lot of quarterbacks worse than him. He's just not what he used to be. He can't move like he used to, but he can still zip it. But yeah. So we're going to touch on these things. We're going to look and break down a film here in a moment, something that we've never done on the show before. Can't wait for that. And then we're also going to touch because now I have a thing with him, and Cheese knows him very well. Before the end of the show, we are going to talk about Nathaniel Hackett as well. So we'll get to all of those things here on the Lights Out Sports Podcast Super Bowl edition. Go ahead, Cheese. Yeah, Nathaniel Hackett's new offensive coordinator of the Cardinals. His journey is interesting. We'll talk about that in a little bit. So what is your favorite Seattle Seahawks storyline, Mike?
Give me some options because I know you got some.
Oh, that's right. I got them listed right here. Here we go. Okay. Sam Darnold revitalizing his career, where he was draft bust to back up to bridge, and now he's in the Super Bowl. You got Mike McDonald.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but I did. For those of you who don't know, he being Cheese has a great video on this. I'm going to tell you right now, I'm not going to pick it because I want people to go over to your channel and watch the video. So where can they go to see that?
So it's at Football with Cheese. Yeah, it's a video that I was like, it'll take 7-8 minutes, but I just did research. I kept coming up with good things, and it's about a 12-minute video. So I try to keep them under 10, but there's just so many good things about this story. So at Football with Cheese, CAGEZ, and just search Sam Darnold and you'll find it. I made it about a week ago. Just a great story.
It is. It's a great story. It's a great watch. I would encourage everyone who's watching us right now to go over to Cheese's channel and watch that particular video. What else can I choose from, Cheese?
You can go over, Mike McDonald, excuse me. Mike McDaniel he's the head coach of Seattle. It's only in his second year and he's already to the Super Bowl. You got John Schneider building a great roster. Plus, trading Geno Smith and then signing Darnold. What a move. Breakout season, Jackson Smith and Jigba. I don't know. What do you think? What's the best story?
I'm glad you brought Jackson Smith and Jigba up. That's what I'm going to go with. Okay. I think that Ohio State obviously has had a ton of receivers. It's called wide receiver U for a reason, right? So is Jackson Smith-Njigba the best one of the bunch? He might be. And I don't think he was heralded as such. I mean, there's been some other guys. There's a guy that plays for the Saints that's pretty good. There's a guy that plays for the Cardinals who has not been really good yet, but may get there before it's all said and done. Hopefully, fingers crossed, right? So, of all of those receivers, I think you've got to give Jackson Smith-Njigba his flowers. And I also think, to kind of put everything together, because I'm going to assume you're going to pick Mike McDonald there, but McDonald has done a really good job with him as well. And Clint Kubiak has done a fantastic job with this offense as a whole. I know you're going to talk more about that, so I don't want to take that away from you. But yes, all of those things are true, and all those things we should probably talk about on the show today.
Yeah, well, we break down the play in a little bit. We will talk about Kubiak. Yeah, I mean, Mike McDonald, I'll just say this. Ever since Baltimore, he left Baltimore, the defense went from being one of the best in the NFL to one of the worst, like overnight. It's been terrible the last 2 years. So he's done a great job. And he won 10 games last year with Geno Smith as his quarterback. So that's got him incredible. And 14 this year, and he's in the Super Bowl. But I just want to mention John Schneider, another guy that's from Green Bay. He's born there. The Packers let all the good people out of the building. He built the Seahawks teams. He was like the best drafting GM for a stretch. And they had such a good roster about 10 years ago. Won one Super Bowl, should have won two. Thanks a lot, Pete Carroll. And then he actually drafted terribly. He had a really bad 6-7 year run. And the ownership did not fire him. They were patient with him. And then he's flipped it. The last 4 years, he's incredible. And he made one of the best moves in NFL history. He traded Russell Wilson for just a ton of picks. And in those picks, he got Charles Cross, the left tackle, was terrific. Bowie Mafe, edge rusher. Devon Witherspoon, one of the best corners in the NFL. Maybe not top 5, but top 10 for sure, among others. And then in that draft, when he got Devon Witherspoon, he had a second pick, their pick, and took Jackson Smith-Njigba. And like I mentioned, trading Geno Smith, getting a third-round pick, and then getting Sam Darnold for free, just unbelievable year he had. So I just got to mention John Schneider. All these people that, he was Ted Thompson's right-hand man in Green Bay for years. And, Green Bay lets all the good people out of the building, apparently. So one thing that I did not put in the notes, I just want to mention, injuries. The Patriots are much more banged up than the Seahawks. Drake May has a right shoulder, and he says he's fine, but who knows? I mean, Sam Darnold had an oblique the last few weeks, and he was fine. He can still zip it, but and illness. Drake May also was sick this week, so just throwing it out there. And Harold Landry, an edge rusher, leads in the sacks, has a knee, and Robert Spillane, their off-ball linebacker, has an ankle. So we'll see if those are important, but they're just much more banged up than the Seahawks.
Yeah, so I know you like to talk about the matchups and all this kind of stuff on the field and everything, but I want to talk about the two teams just as a general thing. Okay. I wrote in some of my notes over here, Cheese, and I want to see if you agree with me. These are basically dream seasons for both of these teams, right? I mean, you couldn't map this out any better for either one of these teams. And I actually kind of like this. I'm doing some research on it, and I'm really looking at everything here, and I'm like, you know what? This might actually be a better Super Bowl than we think it's going to be. Both teams are really good on defense. Both teams are above average on offense. And I just like it because both of these teams are able to kind of pay it all off at the end. These have been two of the best teams the entire season, and now they're actually going to meet in the Super Bowl. There is no Cinderella. There is, nothing like that. I kind of like the fact that you're probably getting the two best teams in the NFL in the Super Bowl this year.
I think, I don't know. The Rams are really almost beat the Seahawks. They're really good too. They're up there.
Okay, I'll give you that.
Yeah, but I think both teams are in the top 10 in run defense, top 10 in pass defense.
That's correct.
And that should tell you all you need to know. If you're building a team, you can have Josh Allen. You can have a great Lamar Jackson. You have a great quarterback, Patrick Mahomes. You got to have a really good defense too. And the only time Aaron Rodgers went to a Super Bowl, he won. It's the only time he had a top 12 defense. Only time. So defense wins championships.
I think a lot of people like you and I sometimes, I know I do. Sometimes I get caught up with saying, if they don't have the right quarterback, they're not going very far. Does this kind of put holes in that, kind of like, you do with Chiefs? Does that what that does? I don't know. You can do it without the right quarterback?
Well, Drake May had an amazing year. He's probably going to be second MVP voting, and Sam Darnold's been outstanding in the playoffs. So I think they do have the right quarterback.
So then they have the right quarterback for their system, but they don't necessarily have a quarterback that the entire NFL thinks is like top 5.
Patriot fans would probably say Drake May is top 5. No, right now I would not rank him top 5. I'd probably rank Drake May top 10. But Sam Darnold's playing amazing. Sam Darnold, for the most part, plays like a top 10 quarterback. Almost every game. Like there's 2 or 3 games a year, he just doesn't.
Yeah, we may revisit that before this show is over. But yeah, so, I like it, buddy. Go ahead. Okay. Tell us where we're going to next on the show.
All right, let's just talk about matchups. We talk about this a lot. Some teams match up better with others. So the Patriots, let's talk about when they're on offense and the Seahawks are on defense. What is your key matchup in this game?
So we're doing Patriots offense, Seattle defense, right?
Defense, yes. Mm-hmm.
So you're a much better at this, but here, I'm going to try. I'm going to attempt this, okay?
It can be something really simple.
Well, but I don't really want it to be really simple. I'm trying to advance here, okay? So let me ask you this. Let me give you a couple qualifying questions, and then I'll go from there. Seattle and their defense, what do they – I mean, you always say most teams play nickel. Is that what Seattle does, or do they do a defense that's a little bit different? Because I think they're a little different, but I don't want to say something stupid, and then you correct me. So,
yeah, I mean, they are. I think they play nickel a little bit less, but almost every team plays nickel at least 70% of the time, some 80%. So it's really not – from the team that plays the most, at least, it's not a huge difference.
Okay.
But, yeah. But
so, but would you say Seattle doesn't play as much man defense as a lot of other teams do?
Really depends. Like Mike McDonald adjusts pretty well, but yeah, I mean they play a lot of zone too. They play more zone than man, but most teams do.
So here's what I know. All right, I looked at a bunch of stats and I know this: Drake May eats man defense alive, and I'm not sure what the correlation is there. Maybe you can explain that a little bit better than I can. But when Denver was playing their zones and some of the other teams that have played zone against them, like what Buffalo did, they weren't as successful against those teams. So I think the matchup is really going to be, can May be successful against the zone that Seattle was going to provide for them? Because if I can research all that stuff, I'm sure Seattle knows the same thing that I do. So there's going to be, I think this Super Bowl is going to start out slow. And I'm going to tell all of our viewers, don't give up on it. Because I think each of them know what the other one is. I mean, they've got all this tape, right? This is the last game of the season. You've got several weeks of tape on both these teams. So it's going to be the adjustments that's made back and forth. And I think that adjustment, that one guy, I'm going to save his name for a little bit till we get towards the end. But I think one guy is a very huge key to this team and to this Super Bowl. And the adjustments that each team are going to make towards the other is really going to be what defines us before it's all said and done.
Yeah, the Patriots, it's really hard to run on the Seahawks, okay? So I think a big for them is to try to establish the run. If they can get a running game going, that would be huge for Drake May. He has turned the ball over a lot. 5 turnover-worthy plays in 3 games, and Sam Darnold has none. So, you got to establish the run, and you can't really turn the ball over. Is big, and let's be honest, the Seahawks, if you just look at their defense this year, pretty much they just struggled against Tampa Bay and the Rams, the Buccaneers and Rams. Otherwise, they pretty much shut everybody else down. Mm-hmm. So you need to see what worked in those games, and really Baker Mayfield and Matt Stafford passed the ball. They passed the ball, and so that's, I don't know if the Patriots have the receivers to do that. Probably not. We'll see. But I think establishing a run would help out so much, help out Drake May. Because you don't want him, he's fumbling too much. You don't want him. I'll say this. Drake May he's missed some easy throws in his playoffs. He's made some bad decisions, which he didn't in the regular season. So I think, Seattle, if they can get pressure on and get him like the bad Drake May, then Seattle will win.
Okay. I like it.
All right. When the Seahawks are on offense and the Patriots on defense, what is your key matchup there?
I mean, this is going to be, can the Patriots get pressure on Sam Darnold? Because we have seen in the past, not as much this year, But we spoke about this in length on a couple of our other shows. In fact, when we talked about the GM getting fired from Minnesota, we really talked about this. Sam Darnold folded like a paper bag at the end of last season. And when he got pressure on him, he could not handle it. Now, he has seemed to handle the pressure better this season, but I also am not sure if can he handle the pressure in a big game? That's what we're going to find out. This is the biggest game, obviously, of the year, and can he then handle that pressure? I believe that if the New England Patriots can get pressure on Sam Darnold, they have a real chance of winning this game.
Yeah, and in the past, Sam Darnold did struggle with pressure, but he handled it so well against the Rams. They were getting pressure, and he was still making great plays, throwing dimes out there. So, thank you. I'm going to add to that. Yes, I think Patriots getting pressure. I think the two guards, Gray Zabel's a rookie, and then Anthony Bradford's just the big weakness on the offensive line. Those guys, they need to protect Sam Darnold. I think the Patriots are going to throw stunts at them. They're going to move guys around. They're going to really challenge those guards. So if they hold up well, then I think Seattle will be fine. So those are two players to watch. Also, I just want to say one more thing. I kind of teased it last week. JSN, I call it the Devontae Adams effect. When Devontae Adams was in his prime with Green Bay, no one could cover him. So what you had to do was you had to have a corner and a safety over top at least. Pittsburgh had one game where they were triple teaming him, right? So you have to pay attention to him. It'll be interesting to see if they just put Christian Gonzalez, the star corner for the Patriots, on him the whole game, following around, or do they just devote people over to him? Do they put two over top him the whole time? If they do that, if you say line up JSN to the left, if you're going to put two guys over there all game, what you need to do is bring in 12 personnel, 2 tight ends, and just run the ball, run right, run away from it all game long. That's what the game plan should be, Cliff Kupiak. We're going to run on you. If you're going to take away our guy, we're going to run into you. And I remember when the Packers had Devontae Adams, that's what they did. And it worked. They had Aaron Jones, and they just ran the ball. So we'll see what happens with that matchup. Okay. Let's talk X factors. Okay. We can go real quick here.
You've already kind of mentioned my X factor, but that's okay.
Okay. Well, X factor. How about Patriots on defense? Who is their X factor?
Patriots on defense. Well, I mean, their X factor is I can't wait to watch this matchup. This is going to be my X factor on each side. So I'll give it to you right now. And you just said it. Christian Gonzalez versus Jackson Smith and Jigma. I can't wait to watch that matchup. And then I think they're going to be able to do some things off of that. What I mean by that is, let's run at that, right? They'll be able to do some things where they move in motion, and they're gonna build off of that, I think. And they've got a really good guy that I think can do that. And again, I don't want to give away too much until the end, but I can't wait to watch that matchup. Jackson Smith and Jigma is going to be the best thing for Seattle, and Christian Gonzalez is going to be the best thing for the New England Patriots. And man, I just can't. Are they going to hand fight? Are they going to get chippy with each other? Or are they just going to try to let their skill, in those two positions dictate the game? How is this going to work out? And I think this is going to be a huge matchup for both teams.
Or they could put Christian Gonzalez on like Cooper Kupp or Rashid Shaheed and just double JSN. They could do that.
They could.
We'll see. That would probably make you upset. You want to see the matchup. So
I do want to see that matchup. I really do. I think it's one of the top 3 receivers against one of the top 3 corners of the league. So I want to see that.
Absolutely. Okay. My X factor for the Patriots, is Milton Williams. He was with the Eagles last year, interior pass rusher, 2 sacks in the Super Bowl on Patrick Mahomes. And he was not healthy all year, but he's back. He's healthy. If he can get pressure, he's going to be probably lined up against those guards. So if he can get pressure on Sam Darnold in his face, because most people probably don't know this, the casual fan, pressure up the middle is much more impactful than on the edge, because the quarterback is going backwards if you have pressure in the middle. If you have pressure on the edge, he can step up depending on, if they're behind you. So Milton Williams, pure pass rusher. If he can get pressure, that would really help out with the Patriots. What about for the Seattle defense? Who is your X factor?
Well, like I said, I'm just picking each side of that matchup. I think that's going to be the best matchup, and that's going to be my X factor for each side, that receiver cornerback combination.
Okay. Well, I'll do my other Patriot X factor.
Okay.
Will Campbell and Jared Wilson, rookie left tackle and left guard, going against a very good defensive line. You got Leonard Williams, Byron Murphy, DeMarcus Lawrence. Let me try this name. Uchenna Nwosu, who leads them in sacks.
Good job, sir.
Thank you. The Seattle is very good at getting pressure with their front four. And if they can, then I think the Patriots are in trouble. If those guys hold up and they have to start blitzing, that would really help out Drake May. And on Seattle, Julian Love, the safety. He's one of the best safeties in the NFL. No one talks about him. When I do my video, it's going to be next week. I'm going to do most underrated player at every position. He is going to be the safety. When he was hurt, he only played half the season. And when he was out, basically this, when he came back, their defense was better. There's a significant change in how much better their defense got. So he may, who knows, he may pick off Drake May. And then on offense, Zach Charbonnet, the backup running back, he splits carries really, is out for the year. So Kennard Walker, who's been terrific in the playoffs, 178 yards, 4 touchdowns, 4.7 yards a carry in 2 games. If he has a big game, Patriots could be in trouble. All right, are we ready to show the play? Now I'm going to break it down.
Yes, we absolutely are. Give me 2 seconds here to get to where I need to do. All right. Yes. So let me pull it up on the stage here.
Some pressure, though.
Let me pause it for just a second and bring it back to where we want. All right, so here's the setup of the play. Cheese, talk to us about this and why this is so important in this game.
Well, it's 2nd and goal from the 14, so it's very difficult. The Rams are up 13-10 right before halftime. So Clint Kubiak, brilliant defensive coordinator, about to be the coach of the Raiders. Earlier in the play, we don't see it here, Jackson Smith-Njigba was lined up on the right side or the bottom of the screen. He goes in motion. Now he's to the left of Sam Darnold.
So he's in the backfield, right?
He is in the backfield.
Okay.
So at the top of the screen, Rashid Shaheed is the receiver lined up, and then Cooper Kupp is in the slot next to him between Shaheed and the left tackle.
Okay, so Rashid, let me help everybody out because I had to look at this several times too. So Rashid is the one with the bright shoes on, the very top of the
green
of
shoes,
the line,
yes.
right?
The green
and
shoes.
Then who's next to him?
Cooper Kupp.
Okay, got it.
Is in the slot to the left of the left tackle.
Yeah, I wish we had like a pencil and stuff to draw on, but we're not that fancy yet here at the Lights Out Sports Podcast. We're getting there, but we're not that fancy yet.
We're going to watch this play like 4 or 5 times, so don't worry if you missed part of it. But so basically, it's 2nd and 10. Now, when he went in motion, no one ran with Jackson Smith and JSN. No one ran with him, so they're in zone. And this is important. Okay?
I'm sorry. The JSN thing was great. You're like,
JSN. Okay. Now, what I want you to watch, look at the middle linebacker between the hash marks. It's Landman.
Okay.
That's his last name.
For the Rams, right?
He is staring at Cooper Kupp. He's telling you that's my guy.
Mm-hmm.
He's not even looking in the backfield. And he shouldn't be. That's a tell. Shouldn't be doing that. But basically, you have the linebacker. You have the slot corner opposite Kupp. You have the deep corner. He's cut off right now at the top of the screen. And you have the safety also. So there's 4 guys to cover 3 Seattle Seahawks if JSN comes out of the backfield to that side, which he does. Okay? So this is not a bad call for Chris Shula, the defensive coordinator of the Rams, because you have 4 guys to cover 3. But I think Clint Kubiak saw something in the film. And that's why he put JSN in the backfield. Like somebody has to pick him up. So there's confusion. And we can see from the pre-snap, before we even do it, we know it's not the linebacker because he's staring at Cooper Kupp. And what Landman is going to do is if Cooper Kupp comes across the middle, that's his guy. If not, he's just going to drop in the middle of the field in like a cover 2 zone. So that's his guy if he comes across the middle. So what's going to happen on this play is the first corner is going to run with Rashid Shaheed at the top of the screen. Okay, he's going to run a post in the middle of the end zone. And then Cooper Kupp is going to run a little, I'm not sure what you call it, but he's going to run like 5 yards and kind of stop, turn around.
It's like an in route, right?
Little in route, little short 5-yard route. And this back corner jumps that. He's going to try to stop that. Okay? So this safety at the back, that safety on the hash mark, he has to get JSN if that's the case, right? But
because he's the only one left, right?
He's the only one left. But he's assuming, because it's zone, he's assuming the linebacker is going to get Cooper Kupp. This is what I think. And that corner at the back is going to drop back and cover if JSN goes to a corner route. But it doesn't happen. Nobody picks him up. So just watch this play. Watch JSN, like I said, just the top, above, right next to the quarterback, just above him. Watch the confusion by the defense. What a brilliant play design. Go ahead.
All right, here we go.
What he's doing. Darnold looking at him again. Some pressure, though. Hit as he throws. Man open. Guess who? Smith and Jigba. Touchdown, Seattle.
So let's go back. All right, let's go back.
Mm-hmm. Now, everybody understands. I have controls over this. Cheese doesn't.
Okay.
So he's telling me, go back, go do this,
So now I want you to watch the middle linebacker. Watch him look at Cooper Kupp, see he's not coming like an in-breaking route, and just drop. And just not even looking at JSN. Just watch the middle linebacker there.
Okay.
He's doing. Darnold looking at him again. Some pressure, though. Hit as he throws. Man open. Guess who? Smith and Jigba. Touchdown, Seattle.
Okay, let's go back again. So, and we'll watch the corner. He's going to jump and try to take away that quick route. Watch this corner up here with the top of the screen. He's going to try to take away the other corner is going to run with Shaheed, of course. The top of the screen where he's cut off right now, he's going to try to take away Cooper Kupp, and the safety assumes he's going to drop. So the safety drops in the deep middle. So just watch the corners, those two corners on this play.
Everybody's confused. That's really what happens here, right? Nobody really knows what's going on, and this really pisses me off, to be honest with you. The more and more I watch this play, because I really wanted the Arizona Cardinals to get Kubiak, and now I'm going to have to watch him with the Raiders all the time and be upset with myself. But
before you run the play, if JSN lines up behind the receivers and trips, they call it trips if there's three receivers one side.
Yes.
If he does that, then they communicate before the snap, and someone's got JSN. Because he's in the backfield, Clint Kubiak saw something in the film that it creates confusion with the Rams secondary. And because he's in the backfield is why this play works. But just watch the two corners right now. And, just watch the two corners at the top of the screen. Watch how they play it. And, obviously the corner at the top of the screen takes Cooper Kupp and assumes the safety is going to help him. Go ahead and watch it.
All right, here we go.
What he's doing. Darnold looking at him again. Some pressure, though. Hit as he throws. Man open. Guess who? Smith and Jigba. Touchdown, Seattle.
Safety nowhere to be found. He assumed the corner would drop back. One more thing I want to watch. One more thing. I want you to watch Sam Darnold. This is absolutely what a play. Yes, the receiver's open, but he has immediate pressure from Jared Verse. The left tackle gets beat. And he sits in there, takes a hit, and delivers a dime. Just watch the quarterback. What a throw.
Yeah, everybody focus on the quarterback this time. I had to do this too because, you want to watch everything else.
So much going on.
So much stuff going on.
I love this
play. Forget. Let's watch Sam Darnold for a second.
What he's doing. Darnold looking at him again. Some pressure, though. Hit as he throws. Man open. Guess who? Smith and Jigba. Touchdown, Seattle.
And they even say hit as he throws. So, yes, they realized it too.
On his back foot, the old Sam Darnold might have panicked and made a mistake, taking the sack, may have thrown a pick. He just sat back. He obviously JSN was the focus of this play. He waited until the last second to get him the ball. When as soon as he was breaking open, it was brilliant play by Sam Darnold. All around, great play design. When I rewatched this game, I watched this play like 10, 11 times before. Like I do that with some plays. I'll just okay, that's nothing. I'll run to the right for 2 yards. I just kept watching this play because I absolutely love it. So I just wanted to break it down for you guys. If you want to see more stuff like this, let us know in the comments.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, personally, I liked it a lot. We'll see. We didn't lose anybody. We still got as many people as we did when that part started. So that you haven't lost people, buddy.
Okay. Apparently, the play was hard to see on YouTube.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's okay. Well, we'll get that figured out. But anyway,
we'll have to take a look at our YouTube channel. Like I said, but this is some of the stuff, we are trying to innovate ourselves. We're trying to add some stuff to this podcast. And as we do it, there's going to be some bumps and bruises and all that, as Cheese proves that he likes himself with his coffee cup there. So help us out. We're not ashamed, right? We're trying to make this better. And if you guys can help us do that too, please, by all means, we're not going to be upset about it. Tell us what we need to fix. Tell us what we need to do. And I like this. There you go.
Good stuff.
Yes. Trying to do a little different things this time. So
all righty. All right. We always talk about this. Quarterback, defense, special teams, especially in the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Who do you think has the better quarterback in this game?
Wow.
Yeah, stuff.
That's a tough question.
I know.
See, this is what I usually do to you. I give you all these tough questions. Now you write the segment and you're giving me these tough questions. I don't think I like the tables being turned here. I'm gonna go Drake May, but not necessarily because of him. Maybe because of someone else. I'll get to it in a minute. But I also want to say this. I just don't trust Sam Darnold yet. Okay, so this game will make me either trust him or not trust him. You know, I'll stop with the I don't knows and I don't knows. I just remember the end of last season, and Sam Darnold just fell apart. I just keep waiting for Sam Darnold to fall apart, and so far he has not. If he gets through this game and he doesn't fall apart, then I'll stop mentioning it and I'll stop saying it. But this is a huge game. I think the Patriots are going to get pressure on him, and I'm just worried that he's going to fall apart.
That's the thing. If he falls apart, old Sam Darnold, yes, the Patriots will win. If he doesn't, we'll see. We'll talk about that more in my prediction.
Yes, and mine as well. So we'll get there.
Obviously, if we could have either quarterback going forward, we'd pick May. No doubt about it.
Yes, the younger guy. Absolutely.
He was better in the regular season. He had fewer turnovers, but he's had more in the postseason. So I think right now, Sam Darnold is playing better. So I'm going to say Darnold because it's like they flipped. Like you had the quarterback that was very good but still turns the ball over too much in the regular season, and then now he doesn't. And the opposite. Drake May was very careful with the ball in the regular season. Now he's starting to turn it over. So right now, I think Darnold is slightly better, but it's close.
But I think that's the difference. And I mean, you know, we know this. We have beat this dead horse. I don't want to beat it too much more. The Patriots played an easy schedule to get to this point. Drake May has had a pretty easy schedule. He's had a lot of easier defenses that he has faced. Now we're in the playoffs. Now it's ramped up. Now the pressure's on. Can the kid handle the pressure? We watched and saw that Sam Darnold couldn't. The still kind of out on Drake May, but at the same point, he hasn't handled it as well as he did in the regular season. But
he hasn't really played well. He hasn't really played well in this postseason, really, and he's faced the bet like three of the best, three top five defenses so far, and he hasn't been as good. They scored 16 points against the Chargers. They only scored 10 points against Denver. So
yes, but all that matters is that they won.
I'll say this: one thing that's helped the Patriots, I think, is the weather. They've handled the weather better than the teams they've been playing. There's going to be great weather in San Francisco. So their defense has been kind of reliant on that. Like it's helped them a lot. Not that their defense is good. It's very good defense, but they have played 3 cold weather games, 1 snow game. So I think that's helped. But
well, I mean, you know, there were some X factors in that Denver game. I think Sean Payton helped them just as much as they helped themselves, right? By not taking that field goal in the beginning. Nobody could have foreseen what happened weather-wise in that game. So that was kind of an anomaly.
Well, Jared Stidham had 2 of the worst throws you could possibly make in your life, like 2 of the worst decisions. Otherwise, he was like, okay, he wasn't like awful, but those 2 decisions cost him. Okay. Who has the better defense, would you say?
So Seattle has the better defense, and you can't say they don't. But what I will say is that it's not that far off. I think a lot of people think, Seattle's number 1 and New England's in the teens somewhere. It's not that far off, guys. It really isn't. Seattle has the better defense, but New England seems to be a little bit more opportunistic with their defense. So I think those will be kind of the next factor. William, we'll get to you in just a second. I like this question. I want to try to time it right here with Cheese, and we'll get to your question here in just a moment. But, to answer the question just forthright, Seattle has the better defense. But to put like the caveat on it, I will say that New England's defense is close.
Okay. Yeah, I think the Seahawks have the better defense as well. They're good against the run, good against the pass. They can get pressure with their front 4. Both teams have very good secondaries. Both teams have very good corners. Yes. So, yeah. New England's defense has been terrific in this postseason. It
should make corners more valuable in the draft. We'll see if it does.
We'll see. It's a good cornerback class.
It is. I am. We got a lot of stuff to talk about here between now and the draft. Some little things that I want to talk to you about, with your big old draft guru head over there, and get everything out of you, because I think that's one of the big things. Will this game influence the draft? And I think it might before it's all said and done.
Well, you got to think about this. Like, okay, we have Devon Witherspoon, we have Christian Gonzalez. In the last round, we had Pat Surtain. So, elite corners. There's teams who are making it far. So,
But you also have Arizona Cardinals have a pretty good cornerback that they chose as well. He's been injured a little bit. The gentleman from Michigan, and they didn't do nothing. So there's a yin and yang to all of it.
True, but it's funny. This draft, most of the positions that are strong are not premium positions. Just not like, so this is like off-ball linebackers good, corners good, safety's pretty good, interior offensive lineman's good, but tackle's not so good. It's right. Just a weird draft, but we'll talk about that as we go.
Well, it's not only a weird draft. These teams are a little bit in that weird spence too, right? Because they've got a lot of people on this field that are really good, but they're just not the sexy people that everybody looks at, right? They're good in spots where they're not. It's not really noticed until you get the whole defense or the whole offense out there, and you're like, oh wow, that position's really good, or wow, that position's really good. So it's the same kind of thing. And Williams, William, I can't wait to bring this up, but I'm going to tease it a little before I do. Okay. Vrabel learned something from Bill Belichick, and we'll talk about that here in just a moment. Thanks for the help with the tease, William. I appreciate it.
All righty. So, special teams. We've talked about it last week. Who do you think has the best special teams?
We saw the Seattle Seahawks special teams probably win them the game against the Rams. So Seattle, again, probably has the better special team, but it's not like it's glaring. The Patriots are close as well. You're gonna hear me say this a lot. Seattle's better, but the Patriots are close.
Okay. Patriots are fine. They're fine. It's not great. It's not bad, but Seattle is just so good at every aspect of special teams, especially returning the ball. Rashid Shaheed, one of those rare, the trade deadline is really not important for the most part for the NFL. That's one of the rare trades that really helped them. They need a return man, and it's just been huge for them. Okay. So I'll say this. This isn't in the notes, but both these teams have run at least one trick play, I think, in every game. So we might see some trick plays. We might see that. What guy was it? I think it was Seattle. They ran that outside run, reverse, and then flea flicker back to the quarterback. So we might see some trick plays. Both these coaches have shown in the past that they're willing to do some trick plays. Sean Payton did a bunch of trick plays to the Colts when the Super Bowl when he was with the Saints. So just wanted to bring that up. We could see some fun trick plays. Do you have any final thoughts? Well, I guess we can get the question before we do a prediction.
Yeah, let's get to this question here. William, I want to put this up here on the board here. Vrabel learned from Belichick to take away what the opponent does best. What does Vrabel have to take away from the Seahawks to win? So what William is saying is what is the best thing that Seattle does that the Patriots have to take away from them in order to win this game? It's a great question.
It is. So you can't let them but I got both sides. You cannot let them get pressure with front four. They're so good at that. They're one of the best teams. Do they have maybe a top 5 pass rush? I would say no. They don't have anyone. 7 sacks as their leader, right? But they're very good at getting pressure. They're very good at getting pressure with 4. You can't let them do that because their secondary is so good. If they get pressure with their 4, you're not going to be able to move the ball on them. So that is key. And I think, this is kind of an old school answer on the other side of the ball. Kennard Walker, Zach Charbonnet's hurt, but he's averaging 4.7 yards a carry. Seattle is run, play action, hits Jackson Smith and Jigba. Don't let him run. I understand you can't let JSN torch you like he did the Rams. You can't. But at the same time, you can't let Kennard Walker torch you. Then that sets up the play action. Don't let him run for over 100 yards. Don't let him. Load the box if you have to. Yeah, if that means one-on-one versus JSN versus Chris Gonzalez, okay, live and die by that. Okay.
Yes.
If your receiver, your best receiver beats our best corner, fine. But you cannot just let them run down the field. So you got to protect. Don't let him get pressure with the front four, and don't let him establish the run.
Okay. I like all that. You're going to hear me talk about that when we get to our predictions, because some of the things you just pointed out are what is big for me, because I am probably going to pick against most people, but we'll get there. We'll get there. I can't believe it. The show's almost over, and that means the NFL season's almost over here. But man, we are. I can't wait for baseball all at the same time. I'm almost giddy over here.
Before we do our predictions, I just thought of something.
Oh, all right.
Well, actually, I thought of something when you were talking earlier in the show. And I was just waiting for a good time to bring it up. So Sam Darnold, I always say like Devontae Adams effect. I call it the Eagles effect, the tush-push, big physical offensive line. I call that the Eagles effect in video.
Okay.
The Sam Darnold effect, okay? Do you think teams now will start giving quarterbacks 4 or 5, maybe even 6 years, young quarterbacks to develop, maybe longer? Like Baker Mayfield's another one. Malik Willis is probably going to get a big contract from maybe Miami or Pittsburgh. Do you think that teams are to start being more patient? Maybe Bryce Young gets 5 or 6 years, even though he doesn't look like a franchise quarterback. What do you think?
Excuse me, I had an ill-timed cough there.
That question just made you like.
It did. It did. I mean, I
hate that question.
The hamster inside of here is just cranking right now.
I went off key. It's not in the notes, guys. So yeah.
Well, no. Okay, so I started thinking of it kind of like Tennessee, and I'm thinking, okay, who was the latest quarterback that's going to be in this cycle that would maybe get 5 or 6 years to develop? And Cam Ward in Tennessee would probably be the guy. Are they going? They got a new coach. They got, and I just, I don't know. I can't really see them giving him a long rope just because of where they are. A lot of people look at the quarterbacks and they think this is our savior. This is a guy that's going to take us to the promised land. And then when he doesn't, and he doesn't do it in a couple, 3 years, they're disappointed and they got to blame somebody. And it's like we talked about with the GMs and the coaches. And, it's much easier to blame the quarterback. Oh, it's his fault. I mean, look at Arizona and Kyler Murray right now. What in the world are they going to do? And we've been pointing to fans out here in Arizona have been pointing to Kyler Murray. I had a guy send me a bunch of his clips from his very first year. And I'm like, really? That's Kyler Murray? Are you serious? You should go back through it, ladies and gentlemen, and look at some of the stuff he did in his first year with the Arizona Cardinals and then go, wow. If he could do that with a Trey McBride and with a Marvin Harrison Jr. and everything else that they've got, hopefully they get a running back either in free agency or in the draft. And, man, this team could really be good really fast. But do they give him that extra time? I don't think so. I think Sam Darnold is the anomaly here, but I also think that's why it's a good story.
Baker Mayfield and Sam Darnold were both on the 2022 Carolina Panther team.
Yeah, at the same time.
And they're both better than Bryce Young. I just want to say that. Now, that team didn't have a lot of good offense. They didn't have a lot of help, but still.
Well, my grandmother is better than Bryce Young, but that's okay.
I mean, he's improved. Well, that's the thing is, two
it's
points.
Not hard to improve from where he was.
True. One, you have to show progress, I think, each year, or at least, somewhat. You're not going to give someone 5-6 years if they get worse every year.
I have to disagree with you, Cheese. We said that about Jonathan Gannon, right? Oh, Jonathan Gannon showed progress. He showed progress. Then he had a terrible year where he had a bunch of injuries, and everybody's ready to lynch the poor guy.
Right, that's what I'm saying. You have to show progress, or it's that you can't have this fall off a cliff like Gannon did. You can't just all of a sudden be terrible. Well, what'd you say?
Even if you can explain it, like what if the quarterback gets injured?
No, that's different. Obviously, that's different. Well, head coaching is different than quarterbacking. But the argue against it is someone like Tua Tagovailoa. Like, they gave him a second contract. They gave him a long time, and he got worse. Once they paid him, it's like he got worse. So they were maybe too patient with Tua. So it can go both ways. I just wonder if teams are seeing this and like some of these quarterbacks just need more help, need more time. So
And I heard the rumor. I don't know if you've heard it as well. I've read it in a couple spots where Miami is going to end up releasing Tua and just take that hit and be done. So I don't know. That's going to be an interesting spot over there too.
It would have to be a June 1st designation, split it through 2 years. But yeah,
right. Well, we'll explain that a little bit more in a future show. But yes,
when it happens, we'll talk about it.
Because it will happen. So when it does happen, we will talk about it. Before we get to our predictions, sir, I want to talk about Nathaniel Hackett for a moment. Okay. What can the Arizona Cardinals fans that are watching this show right now expect from him? You know him really well. Tell me how you know him and what to expect from him.
So he was the offensive coordinator for, I think, 3 years with Green Bay.
Yes.
When Aaron Rodgers
was winning LaFleur, right?
Huh?
All 3 years were under Mike LaFleur, the current coach?
Yes, I think his first 3 years as Packer coach, when they were winning 13 games a year, Aaron Rodgers winning MVPs, throwing 40 touchdowns. Aaron Rodgers absolutely loved him. Like, not just, he's really good. Like, loved him. He would point at him on the sidelines after, like he loved his play design. He loved his preparation. So Aaron Rodgers, just could not say more, better things about him. Every time this guy gets fired or let go, or just everybody just tries to get him. So he does some things really well. He was a terrible head coach in Denver. He was trying to call plays. He was in over his head. He's not a leader. I don't even think he's a great play caller, but his play design and his game plans are terrific. So I love it. Miami wanted him as the quarterback coach, and Arizona, Mike LaFleur was like, oh, no. We got a better job for you. Come to Arizona. You can be the offensive coordinator. I think Mike LaFleur is going to call plays, which is good. You don't want Nathaniel Hackett calling plays, but it's a great get. And Matt LaFleur, obviously, that was the best offenses Green Bay had when he was there. And Adam Stenavich took over for him, and Adam Stenavich sucks. The offensive coordinator of the Packers now sucks compared to Nathaniel Hackett. So I think it's a really good hire. He's perfect as an offensive coordinator in a non-play calling role. It's a perfect job for him.
So can I make an off-the-wall prediction?
Sure.
Aaron Rodgers will be the next quarterback coach of the Arizona Cardinals.
I thought you said he's going to be the next quarterback of the Arizona Cardinals. I thought you said they're going to sign him to play quarterback. Let's do it. Aaron Rodgers will be the quarterback, I'm saying it, of the Arizona Cardinals next year. Because they're really close. They're like buddies. But we'll see.
Interesting. I really am surprised that those rumors have not started up.
I just started. Hey, it's coming from here. It's coming from Cheese.
Okay. He's fueling the fire over here, ladies and gentlemen.
Aaron will play till he can. He loves the game. He absolutely loves the game.
But will he transform into coaching though? That's kind of what I'm thinking. I don't think he can play anymore. I think he'll be now. He might be a. Will he take the backup role / quarterback coach kind of thing? I mean, you've already got Jacoby Brissett in there. You've got Kyler Murray in there.
Oh, no, he would never be a backup. He'd only play if he's the starter. Kyler Murray, he just doesn't fit Mike LaFleur. They're just going to release him. Or trade him. He's gone.
Interesting. All kinds of stuff from Cheese today. So Kyler Murray's gone, and Aaron Rodgers will be the next quarterback of the Arizona Cardinals. You heard it here first on the Lights Out Sports podcast, and Super Bowl edition for my buddy Cheese.
And they'll sign Randall Cobb. They'll sign Jordy Nelson, Alan Lazard, Jermichael Finley, David Bakhtiari will play tackle. Yeah.
All right, you're getting a little carried away here, sir. Okay, so before you go too much into Packer land over here for our Arizona Cardinals, all right, let's do our predictions here. Do you want to go first, or you want me to go first?
Okay, so the Seahawks are favored by 4.5. I think it started at 3.5. It moved the point, and the over/under is 45.5. Let's start with the spread. So who wins and who covers the spread? We'll go. I'll let you go first.
So we're going to do the whole prediction here, or you guys want me to tell you who's going to win and who's going to cover the spread?
Just who wins and who covers for now.
Okay. 4.5 spread, right?
Seahawks by 4.5. I think it started at 3.5. It moved like a point in the first 24 hours and has stayed pretty steady since.
New England will win. They will not cover the spread.
No, well, New England will cover the spread because if they win, they'll cover because the Seahawks are favored.
Oh, that's right. The Seahawks are favored. Okay, I got you. I'm not a big gambling guy, people. So thanks for.
I have to. I don't gamble either, but I got to ask you, why do you think New England? What's the big fact? Why do you think they'll win? because most people are picking the other way.
Yes. So now we're going to go full-blown prediction here, right?
Oh, yeah. Full blown. Go ahead.
All right.
Yeah.
So they've got a two-headed running back.
Mm-hmm. We haven't mentioned that.
We haven't, actually. I was glad you haven't mentioned it until now. I was like, okay, we still haven't mentioned it. We still haven't mentioned it. So you also you told me to be prepared to pick the MVP of this Super Bowl. Yes? Can we do that now too?
Might as well. If you're ready.
Well, why not? Travion Henderson will be the MVP of the Super Bowl 60. They are going to run the tar out of this football. They're going to try to take the pressure off of Drake May. They're going to try to take the pressure off of him fumbling, throwing interceptions, things like that, trying to read this defense, especially in the first half. They're just going to be run. And I really think they're going to roll and run. What I mean by that is maybe little screens. So Drake May will roll to where Gonzalez and Njigma start, because that's going to get cleared out. They're going to be with them, right? And then you're going to be able to do things behind them. It's going to be a great game plan. And if I have to pick a player for the MVP, but if I could pick somebody else, it would have been Josh McDaniel. This guy has been there, done that, and I really think he's going to be a big X factor. I kept saying during the whole show, I'll get to it in a little bit. Here it is. It's Josh McDaniel. He is going to have Drake May well prepared. He's going to have that offense well prepared. You're going to see some things out of the Patriots that you haven't seen. I agree with you. You mentioned trick plays earlier. I think we're going to have one of those trick plays, a gadget play somewhere along the line, probably in the late third quarter, early fourth quarter. So I'm even going to predict that right now. And I'm going to give you this prediction. There will be a pass. Hunter Henry will come up with something big at the end of this game. And that's how the Patriots are going to overcome everything from Seattle, because Seattle's a lot, all right? I'm not taking anything away from Seattle. They're a lot. It's Kubiak versus McDaniel, and McDaniel's going to win, and so are the Patriots.
Yeah, both well-coached teams, head coach, coordinators. You mentioned Travion Henderson, so I'm glad. I for some reason we haven't talked about him, but I want to talk about him. So, second-round pick. This is what Travion Henderson is, if you don't know. He'll get 4 yards. Then he'll get 3. Then he'll get 4. Then he'll get 2. Then he'll get 65.
Yes, and that's what they're going to keep pounding him. They're going to keep pounding him, and he's going to break one.
But Ramondre Stevenson is much better between the tackles. He is much better every down back. And I've been talking about this, and I've told you on this pod. We've talked about this. I don't understand why I don't give him the ball more, because he never fumbles. Ramondre Stevenson had a fumble problem. But I kind of looked at it a little bit. And Ramondre Stevenson just much better between the tackles. He's actually very good doing that. He gets, instead of 3, he gets 5. Instead of 5, he gets 7. And Travion Henderson can't do that. So it'll be interesting to see who gets more carries. Do they go with more the, between the tackles approach, or do we just need to hit a home run? I think they need to try to hit home runs. I agree with you. They need to try to hit home runs in big plays. Like, I don't think you can beat Seattle just running between the tackles over and over. I think you're going to – those 4 and 5 yard gains are going to be 2 and 3. So I like that prediction. I'm not going to pick him at all, but I do like it. Okay, Seahawks by 4.5. Well, we'll do that in a second. So I'm going to take the Seahawks to win. They just have not – they've struggled with very few teams. And believe it or not, you like the stat, and they have not played a non-division opponent in 6 weeks. They have not played a team that's not in their division in 6 weeks. Just thought that was interesting.
That is right. I'm going through
it's crazy, now. Right?
That's nuts.
Yes, it is nuts.
But that also proves to how good the West is, right?
Oh, so good. Yeah, I had 3 amazing teams. And 1 team that underachieved. Okay.
Yeah. Thanks. But I appreciate you stabbing me one last time.
I love that Sam Darnold's playing well. I think he will continue to play well. I think they'll be able to run the ball. And I think Drake May's going to have a turnover too. I think, like you said, both teams are great coaching. Both have great coaching staffs. I just think Seattle's better. I tried to find reasons to pick New England, because New England could absolutely win this game. Anyone says, "Oh, they have no shot," Seattle's got this; they're just better. No, they have a shot, but Seattle's point differential is insane this year, and they played a much tougher schedule. I just think they're better, and I think they win by 2 scores. I think they get a 2-score win and cover the 4.5. Over under 45.5. I'm going to take over in good weather. I'm going to take it slightly over. I know I was going to do under, but I'm going to say 47 points are scored, and that the Seahawks win. I'm going to say 29-18. Yes.
Give me the total again. What's the over-under for the total?
I'm going to go 29-18. The Patriots get a 2-point conversion late to make it 18-17. And the Seahawks get a safety. That's why it's 29-27. 29-18. Seahawks win. What is your over-under and score prediction?
We got to figure this out. I mean, there's so many prop bets and stuff that you can do. I wonder if you can do a prop bet like on a safety, and I wonder if you can do a prop bet on a 2-point conversion. I'm sure you can, right?
The last safety, Seahawks beat the Broncos. There was a safety on the first play of the game on a snap. The Broncos blew it. So I'm going to say they get a safety, and on a holding penalty in the end zone. That's why they're up 29.
This is why you don't bet, because you're putting so many legs on this parlay now.
And they get a touchdown late, go for 2, get it. 29-18 final score. What do you over under 45.5? You have over under, and what's your score?
Well, I'm going to go over on the point total as well. I do. I think they got 2 really good defenses, but I think they're just coached so well, and there's going to be such a good game plan on each side of the ball that they're going to be able to score. I think this game is going to be close. I think it's going to be one of those games where everybody gathers and they're kind of like, oh, we got to have good food because this game's probably going to stink, and then everything. And then you're going to sit down and you're going to get engrossed in this game. And it's going to start off a little slow. So again, guys, give it some time. It's going to start off a little slow with these 2 defenses. But the second and third quarters, I think each team is going to score over 17 points apiece in between the second and third quarter. That's going to be a really big telling sign before the half and then after the half. And then New England's going to pull out something crazy at the end. Like I said, I really think Hunter Henry's going to pull something out at the end. So when this happens, point at the screen and celebrate us by going to the Lights Out Sports podcast and watching the show one more time, right? So 26-24 New England.
Okay, 26-24 New England. My MVP. I love the story. I gotta go with my boy Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold throws 3 touchdowns and wins the Super Bowl MVP. What a great story. Okay, last question.
You're making me tear up a little bit here. It'd be a great story.
Okay, all right. Well, I'm gonna take the long snapper of the Seahawks to win the MVP.
There you go.
The long snapper. Yes. No one knows his name. Anyone know his name? No, nobody knows. Okay. Yeah. No. Maybe his parents do.
The last question. Seahawks kicker is going to miss a kick, by the way, and that'll, 26-24, by the way.
I disagree. Okay. He's very good. Jason Myers. Okay. Hope that's his name.
Wait, you know his name?
I think.
You hate kickers.
I don't hate kickers. They're just not football players. They're people. They're just not football players.
You can't say you don't hate people when you say they're not football players and they play on a football team.
Yeah, Jason Myers. He's a very good kicker. No, they're just not football players. They're specialists. They're special.
So that means left-handed pitchers out of the bullpen aren't baseball players?
Now they are. The one-out lefty guys weren't. But now they have to go 3 batters. So, yes, they are now.
Okay.
Yeah, Jason Myers, very good kicker. Last question.
Yes, go.
Before we end. This is the big question.
Mm-hmm.
And we will talk about this on Tuesday, because we do this every Tuesday, 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific.
Okay.
See who gets this right. Mike, will the coin toss be heads or tails?
Tails.
Oh, I was thinking heads. Okay. We'll see. I have heads. Mike has tails. That's the big question. Doesn't matter who predicts the game right. Who gets the coin toss, right?
Right. I like tail. So
all
there
right.
we go.
Well, okay. Sure.
Sure. That's how we end the show.
I could say something now, but I have too much family watching.
All right.
Okay. All right. So those are our predictions. Let us know in the comments who do you think's going to win. I think Seattle's going to win. He thinks New England. I could see New England win. There's definitely a way they could absolutely win, but I think the Seahawks are just better. So that's our show. Any final thoughts, Mike?
No, I really want our fans to give us predictions. I want to be able to shout out the fan on Tuesday that gives us the closest prediction before the Super Bowl right here on the comments of the Lights Out Sports Podcast Super Bowl edition, right? So participate, put your thoughts up there, who's going to win, what the score is going to be, and then we will shout you out whoever gets the closest on Tuesday when we do the regular Lights Out Sports Podcast, same time, same channel, same two guys.
Raiders over the Cardinals. Okay, good prediction. That's my buddy just texted me.
No texting. Comment here on. You can comment on any of our platforms. All right, you can go over to X at All Gloves Off SM. You can go over to our YouTube channel and comment there. Here we go. Hang on, I think we have one already. Yes, we do. All right, we got our first one.
Oh, that's so close to mine.
William.
It's so close to mine. Yeah.
Seahawks are really good. This is the 2021 Pats versus the Rams. Vrabel and McDaniel have to be perfect. Seahawks 28, Pats 19.
Or no, right. That would help if you know the film the other teams walk through. I had 29-18. He has 28-19. Interesting. Very close, William. We're on the same page. We think alike.
Well, all right, William. So I hope you have good insurance because you need to go seek medical attention now. You're on the same wavelength as Cheese.
Yes. Yeah. Uh-oh. That's scary.
It is. So, Cheese, tell us real quick, where can we get you at? Because I know you're going to do some more Super Bowl stuff before the big game. Talk to us. Tell us where we can get you at and what you're going to do, bud.
Yeah, at Football with Cheese. Cheese spelled CHEZ, like you see on the screen. So I have some videos on the storylines on my channel. I have a video this week about international games, why I don't like them. And the next 2 days, I'm going to do offense first and defense, the best player at every position. I'm going to do offense tomorrow. On Friday, I'm going to do defense. I've done most of the notes for both of them, so I'm going to release those the next 2 days. So it's not the all-pro, not the best season, the best players at every position. And I'll do honorable mentions so people get mad. You left my guy out. So those videos the next 2 days. If anything crazy happens, any kind of firing, signings, anything, I will do videos. But those are my videos. And look out next week for because I need a lot of research. I need the whole weekend. Most underrated player at every position will be next week.
All right. That one's going to be interesting to me. And we'll have to dive into that maybe a little bit on Tuesday as well. So thank you guys very much. We appreciate you. This has been the Lights Out Sports Podcast, the Super Bowl edition. I'm sorry, the Super Bowl edition. So, yes, new music at the beginning. Tell me if you like it. A little bit change here as far as the screen goes. Our Battle Bites, we are live. We've got a lot of people on with us right now. And if you see anything that you think we need to change as we're adding stuff to this, how we did the breakdown of the play and stuff like that, please, we are not going to be upset. Just be professional about it and tell us what we need to change. Help us out so that we can present a better show to all of you. All right, buddy. Anything you want to say towards the end here, or are we good to go, man?
No, it's just I'm looking forward to it. It's like I said, not the sexiest matchup, but it should be fun and it should be a good game. And I hope it is. Even though I predict the Seahawks win by 2 scores, I really hope it's just a fun game.
Yeah, I think it's going to be much closer than that. I think it's going to be a really enjoyable game, and I can't wait to sit down with my family and friends and watch it. And I'm sure Cheese and I will be texting each other back and forth.
Yeah, and Bully, who doesn't really watch football, but he's a Seahawks fan because he lives in Washington State. So Bully, might be really happy if they win.
He might be.
Yeah.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much. Cheese, thank you for taking the time out of your schedule to do this special show. If you want us to do any other special shows, yes, I like you too, buddy. If you want us to do any other special shows on any other topics, whether it be college, MLB, or NFL, let us know. We'll certainly consider those. And then until then, as we say at the end of every one of our shows, the only thing that's fair in life is a baseball hit between the third and first base lines. Thank you for tuning in. Good evening, everyone.